Hello, my name is Rachel Hiltz and I'm going to show you how to secure your head to your body. Now, a lot of people tell me that they've sewn their head on and their head is wobbly. The most common reason for this is that you've sewn your head on too shallow. So you've only used like the top stitches to sew your head in place, so there's not much support. I'm going to show you how to do this. So first off, we go in around stitches, always around stitches. You don't go through the fibers, you go around the posts. So I go around the post and I pull my body to my head. I'm going to go several rows deep. So here's this row, here's this row. Well, I'm going to go 2 rows deep then on this one because I'm going to use half his body if I don't go 2 rows deep. So go 2 rows deep on this one. So I go around the post, then I line it up with the head. I'm going to want this stitch here. This is the one that's in line. I'm going to go around the post of the stitch and pull tight as I go. Now I'm going to go sideways around that post and pull it up. Now again, you just look where your thread is coming up and you go in the closest stitch to that. And you go around, always around, never through, always around the stitches. So now, through this row again, I'm working through the same row all the way around. I'm going to stay in the same row. It goes right here. That's the row I'm working in. And then again, line it up. I'm going to go around this one here. Look at it as you go. Are you getting it where you want it? Always look as you go with amigurumi. It's so much easier to unpick after a few stitches than it is after you've secured the whole thing. And sometimes it does take multiple tries. So around that post and pull it up to the body, or up to the head rather. I'm going to go around this one. And again, just stay in your row that you're working on. Choose a row and then stay in it. Like that, round the post of the stitch. And around the stitch. So in one side of the stitch, out the other side of the stitch. Try not to catch the fibers. If you catch the fibers on this, it tends to just make your project look a little messy. And I'm a great believer in amigurumi that it's those tiny little steps that we can take that make it look tidy, that make the overall product or the overall project look a lot nicer in the end. So again, I'm going through stitches. Now I've gone around the whole head once, but I do give my toys to little kids to play with. So I always keep going. I always double back and I go in the opposite direction now. And I try to pick up any stitches that I may have missed because you don't get every single stitch. So you try to go through and find some that you've missed along the way, that you didn't put a stitch around the post, and you pick those up on your way back. Now, I know these are famous last words. I know you're tempting fate and all these things, but I've never had a head come off yet. Now that I've said that, I'm sure I'll end up with one coming off at some point, but so far it hasn't happened. And this is how I always sew on all my heads. Unless, of course, it's one that has a different junction altogether. So you just keep going until you've gone back around, and again you're going around stitches. There's one I didn't get on the way through, so it's a little bit harder to pick up because it's sort of sunk in a bit. So I grab it now. There we go. There. Okay, now I think I've gone round about 2 times. I'm going to go through and come out at the back of the neck. I'm going to pick up a stitch. Actually, I'm going to go in this direction just because it's going to be a little bit more visible if I go in this direction. I'm going to pick up this stitch, bring it through, pull it tight on my needle, put my thumb on to hold it close to my project, and then pull it through. That knots it down very, very close to my project. Then I take my end, I put it in the stitch right next to my knot, and I bring it through my work to hide my end. Now, as you can see, my head is fairly secure. It's not really going anywhere. It's on nice, I've checked, I like its positioning, and it's really on there. So, that's how I secure my heads. I am Rachel Hiltz, aka the Frog Hooker. I hope you found that video helpful.